After a long wait, the 2020 Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship finally gets underway on a fine and sunny September day at the home of Rallycross, Liddon Hill Race Circuit in Kent. Huge field of cars, including a number of newcomers to the championship here, with cars and drivers of all ages and types taking part across the numerous categories. Before we get underway with our coverage, let's take a lap of the Liddon Hill circuit. We're on board with Todd Crooks in his BMW Mini in the super modified category, down towards Chessons Drift, the first corner, but Todd choosing to take the Joker lap section, the wider section of track you can see here. Everybody has to take that slightly longer section once during every race. You get a time penalty if you don't. It's back onto the loose section there on the inside through the little chicane and on to the Dover slope. It's up to the left-hander at Devil's Elbow. Very easy to run wide and go into the gravel trap there on the outside. Onto the power up Hairy Hill, climbing up towards North Bend, the 180-degree right-hander. It's coming out of North Bend a couple of years ago that Todd Crooks, our camera car, had a big accident there and rolled over into the tyre wall. Back down Hairy Hill towards Paddock Corner, back onto the loose section on the inside of the tarmac outer circuit, and then up towards the final chicane. Keep it off the curbs through there, over the start-finish line, and then it's back into Chessons Drift once again, taking the tighter line on the loose this time. And that is your lap of the 0.9 mile Liddon Hill circuit. We begin the action then with the A final for the Cooper Tyres production 4x4 category. Bradley Sampson with his new Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 won two of the heats. He's on pole. The other heat won by former champion Paul Davis in the blue Subaru. Newcomer Aaron Shaw and Chris Baker in their Subarus completing the lineup. 6 laps then for the A final for the Cooper Tyres production 4x4s. One of the Subarus there, Aaron Shaw, straight into the Joker lap section at the first time of asking. So it's Bradley Sampson, the pole sitter in the Mitsubishi, who leads them away. Spent a year developing this car, used to run in the production category with a Peugeot 206. Spent a long time getting this Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 ready for action, making its debut today, and he leads the way up Hairy Hill for the first time. Paul Davis, champion a couple of years ago, in second place with his Subaru in the blue and yellow colours, made famous by the Subaru World Rally team. Behind him there is the 193 of Chris Baker, made his debut last season. Having a quick look there at Paddock Bend for second place. Aaron Shaw further behind, having taken the Joker lap first time around. Remember, everybody has to take one Joker lap in every race. Paul Davis goes into his Joker there. If you forget to take a Joker lap, you get a time penalty added onto your race results at the end. Aaron Shaw could get through for third here. We'll see where Paul Davis feeds back in. No, he's going to stay in third place. There's Chris Baker up there in second, but it's Bradley Sampson who leads the way. The reigning champion in the production 4x4 category, James Phillips, not out here today with his Subaru. Hopefully we will see entries rise as this truncated season goes on. Championship heading back to Knockhill in Scotland, also to Blyton Park up in Lincolnshire as well. Swinging it through Paddock Bend there, that's Chris Baker in the number 193 car. So 2 of the cars have taken their Jokers. Is Brad Sampson going to take his this time? Yes, he is. So he could lose the lead here to Chris Baker. See that slightly longer, slightly slower section with a little chicane in the middle of it. Bradley Sampson goes through. Down to second place, it's Baker in second, but Brad Sampson has come out in front of Paul Davis. That could prove critical in terms of the result here. It all depends where Chris Baker feeds back in after taking his Joker lap. We saw him make his debut in a Subaru last season in the category. Production 4x4s and the new sponsor in the shape of Cooper Tyres this year. And of course, all the category points are combined together to find out the overall Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross champion. Bradley Sampson be a contender? Well, he's certainly got the speed here. Waiting for Chris Baker to take his Joker lap, which he does now, so he is likely to lose the lead here, I would think. The 2 protagonists behind, likely to be fighting for the championship this year. They will go through at Chessons Drift into first and second places. We're on lap 4 out of the 6 in our A finals. Paul Davis still harrying Bradley Sampson at the front of the field. Chris Baker has rejoined in third place. There he is through Devil's Elbow, and Aaron Shaw has caught up, took the Joker lap at the very first time of asking. Through the top of the circuit at North Bend. This circuit, the home of Rallycross. The very first Rallycross events took place here back in 1967. Won by a Porsche 911 driven by Vic Elford, a multidiscipline star over the years, racing Formula One, raced at Le Mans as well. That car happily still exists today, that Porsche. Paul Davis right on the tail of Bradley Sampson there through Chessons Drift for the penultimate time. Bradley Sampson able to get the power of the Mitsubishi Evo 6 down as they came along the Dover slope there. Not far from the port of Dover here at Lyddon. Through Devil's Elbow and up Hairy Hill into the right-hander at North Bend. Paul Davis just understeering a little bit wide there. That's lost him a bit of momentum, had to hit the brakes midway through the right-hander. Chris Baker looking safe in third here with his grey Subaru. Aaron Shaw at the back. Over the loose coming out of paddock, but it's over the high curbs there. A lot of curb taken by Bradley Sampson. That point coming out of Paddock Bend where Mabs Bank used to be, famously hit by Keith Ripp's Mini, which rolled itself to destruction and sent Murray Walker into a frenzy on the commentary. Keith sadly passed away earlier this year, and send our condolences to everyone who knew him. A very famous name in Rallycross, a former British champion in his Minis and Fiestas. We're on the final lap of this Cooper Tyres production 4x4 A final now, and it's looking good for Bradley Sampson. He's just got to go down the hill, through Paddock Bend and over the curbs at the start-finish line chicane. I don't think Paul Davis is going to catch him here, the former champion, and Bradley Sampson is going to give his Mitsubishi Evo 6 a winning debut here at Lyddon Hill. He takes the checkered flag. Paul Davis comes over in second, and they are clear of the other two Subarus. Chris Baker will take third, and Aaron Shaw on his debut in the category will take fourth. So well done to young Bradley Sampson in preparing this car for a long time, certainly, and it's all proven worth it as he takes the win in our A final by just under a second ahead of Paul Davis at the flag. Chris Baker a further 4 or so seconds back, and Aaron Shaw on his debut in the Cooper Tyres production 4x4s takes fourth place in our first A final here at Lyddon Hill today.
Bradley, quite a lot of action out on track. I was going to catch up with you earlier on and ask how your new car's going, but clearly it's going very well. How was that?
It was amazing, really. It was first proper event, BTRDA event in that car, and you can't ask for anything better, can you? I mean, I got 2 heats, got on pole, and from there it's just keeping Paul Davis and Christopher Baker and the rest, Aaron behind. So
yeah, absolutely, and you did a fantastic job of that. We were watching obviously from the sidelines here, and we could see you and Baker swapping places constantly. We weren't sure who was going to use the tactic of the Joker or what was going to happen. I think you obviously chose the Joker at the right time.
I don't think even I know myself when I was going to do the Joker. It just sort of, I saw there was no one behind me and I had a bit of space and just went for it and came out in front, luckily.
Fantastic. Did you get any chance to actually look in your mirror and see Paul behind you?
For the last few laps, yeah, it was definitely a presence in the mirror. I could definitely see getting closer, further away, but it was definitely a great event.
I mean, that was absolutely fantastic, and this is your first real event out in that car as well. I mean, you're pedaling it fantastically. Are you going to be doing the full season?
Yeah, definitely. As long as it doesn't get cancelled for any sort of reason, I'll definitely be trying to keep the winning streak going, hopefully. Excellent.
Well, it's going really, really well for you, so we wish you the best of luck and we hope to see you in round 2.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to thank everyone that's helped me get here. Grandad, etc. It was a great day.
Well done, thank you.
On to the junior rallycross category, sponsored by Questmead Limited and 710 Oils. The reigning overall champion Luke Constantine is out in this one in the yellow and black car. He had a heat win but beaten to pole position by local man Tom Ovenden. He won the other 2 heats in the red number 444. Completing the front rank with them is Harry Garman in the blue and green number 75. 10 cars out there for our junior rallycross final over 6 laps. The revs begin to rise and away they go. Mostly Suzuki Swifts out there, a Corsa and a Citroen Saxo in there as well. Down towards Chessons Drift for the first time. Ovenden and Constantine duke it out for the lead into Chessons Drift. 5 cars taking the Joker lap for the first time. Harry Garman leads that group through. Oh, we've got a collision there in the Joker lap section. That's Max Watt in the orange car facing the wrong way. Corey Paget, I think it was, who hit him. It's Tom Ovenden who leads the way ahead of Luke Constantine. Could we see the reigning overall BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross champion beaten here? He's won it 2 years running, the first junior driver to win the overall title. Max Watt has got going again at the back there. Third place is Max Langmaid in the black at number 619, former mini stocks racer, his former mini stocks rival Owen Robbins behind him, but we have a red flag. The race is being stopped, presumably because of a car stranded in the Joker lap section. Yes, it's Corey Paget in number 326 there. You can see the front suspension on that Suzuki Swift is broken. He went into the back of Max Watt. Too many cars trying to filter through the Joker lap section at once. The recovery vehicle in attendance. And we're ready for a restart then. No Corey Paget for this one, so 9 cars only. It'll be the full 6 lap distance. This Questmead Limited 710 Oils Junior Rallycross A final. Away they go. Another good start by Luke Constantine and Tom Ovenden from the inside of the front rank. Harry Garman will once again go for the Joker lap, as does the Citroën Saxo. That's Kasper Potira, the Polish driver, and in behind them is Caitlin May. Through come the horde of Swifts here. One Citroën Saxo and also the Corsa of Amy Baines in there as well. The 2 former mini stocks rivals from the southwest of England side by side there, Max Langmaid and Owen Robbins into Devil's Elbow. It's Langmaid who's got that 3rd place, but it's Tom Ovenden, the local lad from Kent, in the lead. His father Tristan racing his Renault Clio in the super modified category today. There's Amy Baines in 5th place in her Vauxhall Corsa, chased by Max Watt, who's escaped too much damage from that collision on the first start. Harry Garman, the first of the cars that has jokered. Kasper Potira went through there as well in the Saxo. Also Caitlin May, who's at the back. 9 cars only, of course, running now as Luke Constantine chases Tom Ovenden for the lead. Owen Robbins takes the Joker lap. It's not too often we see Luke Constantine beaten in an A final. He lost out here at Lyddon last season, but still won the overall championship in the decider at Knockhill in Scotland. Looking to become a 3 times consecutive Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross champion. Good to see Max Langmaid keeping up with the leaders here. Been points champion down at the Autospeed Ovals at Taunton and St Day in Cornwall in the southwest of England in the mini stocks there. His dad Chris prepared this Rallycross car for him, and Owen Robbins has followed their trail into Rallycross as well. So it's Swifts all the way at the front of the field at the moment. Looks like Amy Baines in 4th place, yet to take their Joker laps though, these cars. Will they take them this time? The leaders won't. Max Langmaid does. Car sponsored by Byrite Tyres and also Nick Courtier Logs. Amy Baines will go up into 3rd place, and then it's the first of the cars that jokered early on. Harry Garman in 4th place. Max Watt is next. We go on board with Kasper Potira, the young Polish driver in the red Citroën Saxo. Of course, the UK-Poland Rallycross team have been great entertainers over the last few years. Thomas Velgosh, Jarek Sokowiecki among others. Side by side ahead, that's Max Langmaid going round the outside of Max Watt on the run-up into North Bend. Potira will try and attack on Max Watt as well. That car a little bit battered following that collision on the first start. Max Watt, one of our newcomers to Junior Rallycross this season. Down into Paddock Bend. There's Harry Garman, he's got ahead of Amy Baines. Further behind them, Owen Robbins in the blue car. Into lap 4 now. There go the leaders. They still haven't taken their Joker laps, so they're well out in front. It's Harry Garman up into 3rd now. I think everybody has jokered except for the 2 leaders now. Max Langmaid making his way back up, attacking Amy Baines. Hasn't had a lot of luck in her Rallycross career so far. The former autocross racer had a couple of rollovers in her 2 years in the category with the Corsa. Still Ovenden from Constantine at the front. Now will they take their jokers separately? They've got 2 laps to do so. There's Potira, he's ahead of Owen Robbins. Good to see a bit of variety in the junior class. It's been nearly all Suzuki Swifts over the last few years. We've got the Corsa and the Saxo out there as well today. Potira defending there from Owen Robbins down into Paddock Bend. And now Luke Constantine takes his Joker lap. So Tom Ovenden has now got to try and increase his lead enough that he will keep that lead. Another car taking the joker there, I think that was Amy Bates. One of the cars that hadn't yet taken the joker. We'll see who that was when that car comes back in on the extra section. It was Amy Baines in the Corsa, so she'll drop down the order as a result. Tira still holding off Robbins. Good battle between these two. That's for 5th position. It's still Tom Ovenden in the 444 car, a rallycrossing family. Here's Casper Potira in the Saxo, trying to chase down Max Langmaid for what is now 4th place. Harry Garman ahead of them. Constantine has rejoined in 2nd. He had enough of an advantage to get out of the joker ahead of Harry Garman. And through goes Owen Robbins up the inside there on the brakes for Paddock Bend. Potira fights back up the inside, being squeezed towards the tyre wall. Good racing between these two. Mind the curbs as they go through Chessons there. Now the leader at that time taking his joker lap, and he comes out in the lead. He's just stayed ahead of Luke Constantine, so timing that very nicely there. Tom Ovenden had built enough of a lead to stay ahead of Luke Constantine. It looks like he's going to beat the reigning overall BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross champion home on his home circuit, Tom Ovenden. Also seen Simon Ovenden from the family racing in the Suzuki Swift Sport Rallycross Championship. We'll see Tristan Ovenden out later on in his very powerful Renault Clio in the Super Modifieds. But it's going to be young Tom Ovenden. Is he going to hang on here to take the victory? We're on the last lap now of our Questmead Limited 710 Oils Junior Rallycross A final. Here they come up towards the line. The overall champion is going to be beaten. It's Tom Ovenden who takes the win. Constantine 2nd, Garman 3rd, and Max Langmaid in 4th. The battle for 5th will go all the way to the line. Owen Robbins is going to hang on ahead of Casper Potira, looking a bit frustrated there. Caitlin May will come home in 7th. Amy Baines and Max Watts, the other finishers. Well done to the juniors. Action-packed race there from the youngsters. And Luke Constantine, we don't say this too often, is beaten in an A final. Well done to Tom Ovenden. Hopefully we'll see him back out for the remaining rounds and not just here on his local circuits. Close result there. The top 4 covered by less than a second. 4/10 in it for the win between Ovenden and Constantine. Garman 3rd ahead of Langmaid. Owen Robbins passing Casper Potira for 5th position. Caitlin May, Amy Baines and Max Watts completing the finishers. Corey Paget, of course, didn't take the restart.
That was a pretty action-packed final. I mean, you led pretty much from the start, barring the joker lap. How did you find it out there?
It was tough, actually. I started from pole and I got a good start, like I did in the one before the red flag. But Luke was right behind me for the first 2 laps, and I knew I couldn't make a mistake. Just, keep a cool head and just keep doing what I'm doing. And I knew Harry Garman had jokered on the first lap, so I knew he was going to be a threat coming towards the end of the race. And I just kept it clean. It was a good race in terms of pace for me. I saw Luke go the lap before last, and I thought, right, I need a good last lap here, and I'll have enough time to come out in front of him. And then I went in the joke, and I literally told myself as I went in, don't make a mistake. And I made a mistake. And I was like, I hope I still got enough, and I come out, and I did, luckily. So yeah, then I led the rest of the lap, and yeah, it was 1. I'd like to thank Morris Lubricants, Kent Body Shop, All Screens, the 3 windscreens, all the team, Other Than Motorsport, and yeah, all my family. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Are you coming to do another round with us?
I don't know yet, because of the British. We'll see what we've got time to fix for, so we'll see. Well, maybe, we'll see.
I hope you do, because you've shook up the table round here, I think. So that's probably a good thing to get some more action out on track. It's a really, really good junior field we've got, and yeah, you're up there, so well done.
Thank you very much.
Very lively action from our young guns in the junior rallycross then. Well done to Tom Ovenden. Now we move on to the pre-1995 classic category. Real variety of cars out in this one. 2 heat wins for Ray Morgan in his BDA engine Mark III Escort. He's on pole position. The final winner Ian Clark in his Mini, just moving into position at the back of the grid. The other qualifying heat won by Mark Jones. He's on the outside the front row, the reigning champion in this category with the Toyota MR2 Turbo. In between them, the gorgeous Lancia Stratos replica of veteran rallycrosser John Cross. The lovely Renault 5 of Phil Collard on row 2, alongside Martin Peel with his Peugeot 205. Then another Peugeot Also there on row 3, that's the 761 of David Martin and the Fiesta of Mark Finch completing the grid. Away we go, a rather smoky start there from John Cross in the Lancia, but into the Joker lap goes Mark Jones, Mark Finch in the Fiesta as well. Ray Morgan in the Escort will take up the early lead. He's been a retro rallycross champion in the UK as well. Look at the lead he's got already as they head out onto Dover Slope. Phil Collard with that lovely Renault up there in 3rd place, chased by the very brightly liveried Peugeot of Martin Peel in 4th. The green Peugeot, raced by David Martin. The Hangover Rallycross team car is next in the order. Ian Clark in there at the back. He qualified for the back of the A final by winning the B final. One car we are missing from this grid is Rob Buckmaster. Didn't take the start in his Ford Fiesta after problems in his last heats. Martin Peel in the Peugeot on the back of Phil Collard's Renault there. The cars that Phil has raced include a Mazda RX-7 on the circuits in the past. It's Morgan who leads from John Cross, Collard in 3rd. Mark Jones, the Welshman, starting to come back through the field. Favourite for honours here today, the reigning pre-95 Classic champion, that very potent MR2, very quick in a straight line, as you can see there, throws it off the loose onto Dover Slope. He's charging up the inside, oh, he's locked up there, he's nearly hit the back of Phil Collard. There's a bit of a kamikaze move there by Mark Jones. Ray Morgan continues to lead in the Escort, the rear-wheel drive Mark III Escort with the Cosworth BDA engine. John Cross chasing in the Lancia Stratos replica. John raced for many years in Ford Fiestas, among other things, in Rallycross. Beautiful little car that is, of course, one of the most famous rally cars of years gone by in the 1970s. The original Stratoses with their Alitalia paint job, the Ferrari-based engines, phenomenal cars they were. John giving it his all here to keep up with Ray Morgan. They are well clear of the rest of the field. Into lap 3 now of this Steve Gaunt Trailer Hire Pre-95 Classic final. Ray Morgan a bit sideways out of Devil's Elbow, allowing John Cross to close in. He's up alongside him going up towards North Bend, but he's going to be on the outside for the right-hander. Looks like Mark Jones is back up into 3rd place now, and John Cross is going to have a look here. He's got the speed advantage down towards Paddock Bend. He gets up the inside, it's going to be on the brakes. He's going to take the lead side by side as they come through, and wallop, contact between the two of them, and I think that's broken the steering on Ray Morgan's Escort there. It was a little bit optimistic by John Cross, and yes, Ray Morgan is out of the race. He's got no steering, pulls onto the infield. Look at the state of the Escort there, and he is not going to be a happy man, Ray Morgan. The Escort with plenty of damage. He is out of the race. So John Cross from Mark Jones, he'd taken his Joker lap at the first time of asking, is back up into 2nd place. Cross in the clear. Further back in the order there is Phil Collard. Martin Peel has taken the Joker lap ahead of him in his Peugeot. Further back, David Martin, Mark Finch and Ian Clark rounding out the field. We lost a couple of cars in the heats earlier on, including, sadly, David Ewan, the farmer from up in Cumbria, all the way from the northwest down to the extreme southeast of England with his Ford Fiesta Evo, and the prop shaft unfortunately broke in the very first heats. Bit of smoke there from the Stratos once again. Let's hope John Cross isn't breaking down. Can Mark Jones catch him? Cross into the Joker lap now. Mark Jones is likely to take the lead here in his Toyota MR2. He does so. So the reigning champion now the favourite for victory. The early Joker lap playing into his hands. He has really flung that MR2 back up the order. A flash of flame from the exhaust there as the Marks Motors car goes into the left-hander. Slides its way through Devil's Elbow. Shirley now heading for victory to kick off his Classic Championship defence. Through North Bend. Had a heat win earlier on in the 2nd heat. Ray Morgan won the other 2, but he's out of the race. A bruising encounter with John Cross has put the Escort out. Here's a battle further back between David Martin in the Stutchbury family-owned Peugeot 205 and Mark Finch in the blue Fiesta. Mark Jones continues to lead into the final lap. John Cross in 2nd, but is it me or is that gap coming down slightly? Mark Jones is in trouble, I think. Yes, the MR2's slowing down. He got sideways there. There's a problem for the MR2. He's out of the race as well. So the 2 favourites have gone, Ray Morgan and Mark Jones, and it's going to be John Cross as long as the Lancia survives this final lap, the Stratos replica. Well, Mark Jones with a problem there going into the final lap. I thought he was slowing down. Mechanical problems for him, damage for Ray Morgan, so it's going to be John Cross if he just makes it round the last couple of turns. Martin Peel is up there in 2nd place now in the Peugeot. And beyond that, we'll have to check the rest of the order. So a race of attrition here for the Steve Gaunt Trailer Hire Pre-95 Classic A final, but it is going to be the gorgeous little Lancia Stratos replica of John Cross that takes the win. Martin Peel is going to take second. The battle's still going on between David Martin and Mark Finch further back. I think it's Phil Collard that's going to take third in the Renault 5, and David Martin fourth ahead of Mark Finch in the RAF Benevolent Fund car. Just fails to catch David Martin on the run to the line there. Martin takes fourth, Finch fifth, and Ian Clark, the final run of the B final winner in his Classic Mini. So a rare retirement for Mark Jones. There is the MR2 trying to limp back to the paddock. I don't know what the problem was there. But it is John Cross who takes the win in the Lancia Stratos, surviving that encounter with Ray Morgan's Escorts. And Cross wins it by nearly 8 seconds over Martin Peel in the Peugeot 205. Phil Collard's Renault in third. David Martin just beat Mark Finch home for fourth place. Ian Clark in sixth. Mark Jones and Ray Morgan failing to make the finish.
John, you've had some amazing pace all day, right throughout the qualifying. The Escort was just getting away from you there, but then there was a bit of a coming together. What was happening out on track?
He had a better start than me, but we've been pretty well equal on times most of the day, and I thought we've got to have a go somewhere. I tried him up the outside going into the hill, the lap before, maybe the straight before, I can't remember, lost track now. Then I got up the inside, but I had to take the corner a bit tight, and he wasn't going to give way, and we just came together. Commonplace to have an accident at Lyddon. Good job Mabs Bank's not there anymore, isn't it? I would have been up there.
Yeah, unfortunately, racing incident, these things happen. Hopefully he's still your friend. Are you coming back for round two?
Not decided yet. I will probably decide when we get back and see how much damage. The door just fell off when I opened it, and something's gone on the exhaust, so we don't know exactly what yet, but nothing too serious. But me and Ray have been racing each other for probably 30-35 years now, so you know, we've had comings together before. I think we both see it just as a racing incident.
Well, it would be fantastic to see you back. You've got some great pace. The car's fantastic and brings the crowd to the fences as well. So we would love to see you back for round two if you can make it.
Well, I was a bit, I don't know what went wrong with Mark Jones's car. He's been fastest all day today, apart from when he had his spin. But you've got to finish the final. I don't know what went wrong, but bad luck for him. But in a way, it was my lucky day. But I've had plenty of occasions through my career where I've broke down while leading, so I take the odd one.
Yeah, that's it.
Not bad.
The way of racing, isn't it, unfortunately? Yeah. But yeah, today was definitely your day, so well done.
Thank you.
We now move on to the AS Performance Super Modified category. Double winner from the heats, Tristan Ovenden is in pole position. Father of Tom, who took the win in the junior category earlier on, his Renault Clio on pole. The other heat winner was Slavomir Volok, the Polish driver in his BMW M3 V8. Unfortunately, that car broke down in heat 3 and he hasn't been able to get out for the final. Fred Ling in the middle of the front row with his Fiesta ST, and Guy Corner, who won here at Lyddon last year in the Lotus Exige, on the outside of the front row. We get underway then with the AS Performance Super Modified A final. Can anyone catch Tristan Ovenden? He rockets away from pole position, chased by Guy Corner. Tony Lynch, the veteran campaigner in his Ford KA, goes into the Joker lap, accompanied by a couple of others. Fred Ling in third place, Todd Crooks behind him in the BMW Mini in fourth place. Never has much luck here at Lyddon Hill. We saw that 3 years ago when he had a colossal accident coming out of North Bend and nearly ended up rolling into the paddock. On board with Todd Crooks here as they head up Hairy Hill towards North Bend, chasing Fred Ling, the young ex-autocross racer in the Ford Fiesta ST. Many tipping him as an outside bet for the title this year. It's the local man Tristan Ovenden who leads the way, has won many titles over the last few years in this extremely powerful Renault Clio, chased by Guy Corner, the Yorkshireman in the Lotus Exige. You wouldn't normally think of an Exige as being a suitable rallycross car, but several of them have been very successful in the sport. Guy Corner won the A final here at Lyddon last year. Fred Ling, the youngster, in third place with his Ford Fiesta. Then Todd Crooks behind them. There's a couple of BMW Minis, Leanne Sedgwick, one of the leading ladies of rallycross, and Wesley Wickens, a newcomer, and Phil Chicken, very experienced campaigner. He's in a Suzuki Swift Sports. As we said, unfortunately, Slavomir Volok, who won heat number 2 with his V8 engine BMW, not out in this final. On board with Tony Lynch in the Ford K8, chasing Leanne Sedgwick in her BMW Mini. She's competed in a couple of BMW Minis over the last season or two, and a Citroen Saxo as well, but she loses out there to Tony Lynch. These cars took the Joker the first time of asking. No Jokers for our leaders yet though. Ovenden from Corner. Corner used to compete in a Peugeot 206 a few years ago. There's Todd Crooks taking his Joker, drops behind Tony Lynch. We look back from the Lucas Oil sponsored Ford K8. Todd Crooks giving chase. Raced a couple of cars last year. We saw him out in a Citroen C2 as well. His wife Jordine Crooks, also a racer and Rallycross official. Saw her out in her Citroen C2 last season in the production category on occasions. Todd giving chase to the Pocket Rockets Ford KA of the very experienced Tony Lynch. Keeps saying he's going to retire from Rallycross, but he's still going strong. This is the battle for fourth position. A couple of cars we haven't got out there. We mentioned Slavomir Volok, also Kenny Hall in his Renault Clio, and Stuart Emery, the local man, making a return to Rallycross after a couple of years away in his Peugeot 206. Sadly, broke down in the heats. So this battle going on, Lynch against Crooks. This is in the midfield. Out in front it is Tristan Ovenden going clear of Guy Corner. Certainly pulling away now, the Clio, trying to build enough of a lead that he can keep the lead when he takes the Joker lap. There's the super modified A final. Ovenden continuing to dominate as he has for several seasons here at Linden. Now began his Rallycross career in a Suzuki Swift a few years ago, switching to the Clio. Son Tom now on his way up, of course, as we saw in the juniors, defeating Luke Constantine earlier on. There's Wesley Wickens in his BMW Mini, who is about to go a lap down. He's learning his craft, a newcomer to Rallycross this season, I believe. Moves to one side there, lets the leader through. We're on board with Wesley Wickens, the K-Seal BMW Mini. He's taking it steady, learning as he goes. BMW Mini is very popular in Rallycross. David Bell, their leading exponents over the years. We're on the last lap now, so Tristan Ovenden has to take his Joker. I think he has done enough to stay ahead here. Yes, there's Guy Corner just coming over the start-finish line now, so Tristan Ovenden has certainly done more than enough to keep a clear lead. Guy Corner takes his Joker as well. He comes out in front of Fred Ling, or does he? No, Ling going through there into second, but the Lotus gets the power down on the run along Dover Slope, and he holds that second place, so well judged by Guy Corner as well. Nobody's going to catch Tristan Ovenden. A totally dominant victory it is going to be for the local man. Can Guy Corner hold off Fred Ling for second place? Round North Bend for the last time. It's going to be a win for Ovenden. They lap Wesley Wickens in the BMW Mini. Ovenden comes through to take the checkered flag, scores his hat-trick for the day. As for second, it's going to be Guy Corner in the Lotus XE, just ahead of Fred Ling. Todd Crooks still trying his hardest to catch Tony Lynch for fourth place. Veteran campaigner in the Ford K8, currently up for sale. We can see there his stickers on the back. He takes fourth, Todd Crooks fifth. Further back will be Leanne Sedgwick, Phil Chicken, Wesley Wickens we saw a lap down. A shame we didn't have Slavomir Volok's very powerful BMW M3 out there after that's had problems in the heats after winning Heat 2. And that left Tristan Ovenden in the clear ahead of Guy Corner. So the rest of the cars come in to take the checkered flag in this AS Performance Super Modified A final. There's Phil Chicken across the line in the Suzuki Swift Sport. It's a win for Ovenden by nearly 8 seconds ahead of Guy Corner. Fred Ling a good third in the Fiesta, just failing to catch Guy for second place there. Tony Lynch holding off Todd Crooks for fourth, then Leanne Sedgwick sixth, Phil Chicken seventh, and Wesley Wickens a lap down in 8th place.
Tristan, I don't think anybody's got past you all day.
No, we've had a really, really good day. I wasn't quickest in Heat 2 actually, because we were in a different heat. I did win the heat, but overall we weren't quite quickest. So it's not easy. Yeah, it's really not.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you've been here before and you've done fantastic in this championship and around this track. It was a couple of years ago, I think you said, until you've been here. Was it second place you got last time and now you've just smashed it with the first place in the final?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I made a mistake the last time I came in the final. Thought I had it won and they should never do that. Never count your chickens and then come second, yeah. So I'm so pleased to win this time.
That's Fantastic, and the car looks to be going absolutely unbelievable. Everybody's looking and watching. As soon as you're around the track, you can hear it. It's quite a distinctive car. Have you done a lot to it since you've been having a break from this championship?
No, not really. We did a lot to it over the winter, and then I only used it once before this round, and we try and keep it tip-top so it is. I love it, so I look after it. And now I've broken it because I finished the final and I thought, oh, I will try and do some donuts. And I let it clutch out and it broke the drive shaft. But
well, you can't win them all. That's it. Well, you're the showman, so it's all good. I'm sure you'll have it ready for your next outing. What's your next plan with the car?
With the Clio, we haven't got a plan. We didn't really plan to do this weekend, to be fair. We a few people persuaded us that it would be a good idea, and it's turned out so we're happy enough. But we haven't really got a plan. My sons are growing up, and I know he's looking at it and keeps looking at it and getting excited, so we'll see. But for the minute, it'll go back in the garage. I've got to repair it first.
Yeah, that's it. And we've got a bit of a family outing today, haven't we? Because we've had one of your guys up in the juniors.
Yeah, it's my son Tom. Yeah, he managed to win. He's done so well. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's really got on top of it.
So you'll both be going on with a smile on your face today.
Fantastic. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And hopefully everyone's had a great day because it's been really, really good.
It's been fantastic. I think everyone's been really excited to get back out on track. We know it's September, but it's round one, and we're starting the year regardless of what's been happening. And yeah, everyone's been looking forward to it. So well done. You've kept us entertained all day. Thank you.
Excellent. That's what it's about, because bringing the Clio out, people do like it, and it does sound amazing. So it's worth it when people love it.
Absolutely.
A fantastic day for the Ovenden family then, father and son both taking their A final victories. Now we move on to the production category, sponsored by SG Haulage Limited. We join the action in the B final. A couple of laps in, the top two finishers in this race will qualify for the back of the grid for the A final. It's Dale Riches setting the pace out in front in his Citroen C2, with Johnny Crisp in his Ford KA in second place. There's Abby McGuinness in the VW Polo, making the move up from the junior categories this year. Carl Jarvis in there we saw go through, and the championship sponsor as well, Mr. Stephen Gaunt himself, the owner of SG Haulage. Out in front it is Dale Riches, though, ahead of Johnny Crisp in the smaller capacity Ford KA. This is the most popular category in terms of numbers of cars. A, B and even C finals. Today the C final winner was, believe it or not, the championship manager, John Rook. He's towards the back in his Peugeot 106. There's the very green Citroen Saxo of Ryan Randall trying to get round the outside of Tony Crisp in the second of the family's Ford KAs. Behind them is Abby McGuinness and a VW Lupo, not a Polo as I said earlier, apologies there. It's Dale Riches and Johnny Crisp running 1 and 2. They're looking to get onto the back of the grid for the A final. Ryan Randall in the green machine there, chased by Tony Crisp. Then Abby McGuinness, another driver making the move up from mini stocks racing on the short ovals over the last couple of years. Riches continues to set the pace. He was a reliable midfield runner in the production category last season. Championship won by Dale Ford, and we'll see in the A final a little later on who's going to join that A final. Battle here, Tony Crisp on the back of Ryan Randall, chased by McGuinness in her little VW. Same car as she took on the Suzuki Swift Cords in the junior category last season. So out in this race further back we've got Rob Hindley with his Renault Clio. Also John Rook, we've mentioned, the manager of the championship, in his little Peugeot. And Graham Cuthbert in his Citroen C2. We just got a glimpse of Steve Gaunt, one of the championship sponsors, going through there as McGuinness tries to make a move round the outside into North Bend. Tony Crisp holds the place though. It's the penultimate lap, and Dale Riches will take his Joker lap. Will Johnny Crisp do the same thing? Yes, he will. So take their Jokers together through the little switchback there. Here's our third place man, Carl Jarvis, in the white Saxo, going to come through. No, he's not close enough. There he is in third place. Fourth is Steve Gaunt. Looks like that is how the order will stay. We've still got this battle for fifth though. Ryan Randall, Tony Crisp, Abby McGuinness nose to tail. Rob Hindley is next in the order with the Clio, and then at the back of the field John Rook and Graham Cuthbert. They're the pairing that qualified through from the C final. And 3 finals needed today, such as the number of entries in the production category. Championship that provided the overall champion 3 years ago, Jeff Hope Davies, the Welshman. Last couple of years it has been junior driver Luke Constantine. Into the last lap then will go number 325, Dale Riches with the Citroen C2 VTS. Mostly small Citroens, we've got Ford KAs, Clios, VW out there as well, Peugeot 106s as well. Through Chessons Drift they go for the final time. They've all taken their Joker laps. Looks as though Johnny Crisp in the smaller capacity Ford KA, there are subclasses based on engine size within the production division. He's going to take that second place and make the A final, though Carl Jarvis will try to catch him here on the last couple of corners. Riches is away to take the win. Here comes Carl Jarvis up the outside, tries to get the cut back on North Bend. He won't quite get through there on the inside. This is going to be close though. Jarvis all over the back of the KA. Riches is heading for victory, but who's going to be second? Chris moving across to take the line there for Paddock Bend. Going to be close for that second place. The win's going to go to Dale Riches, but Carl Jarvis, I think he's just going to come up short. Yes, Johnny Crisp takes second place. Good battle there in the closing stages. Win goes to Dale Riches though. He and Johnny Crisp onto the back of the grid for the A final. Well done to both of them. Unlucky Carl Jarvis just missing out in third place. Steve Gaunt in the Clio takes fourth, ran a Citroen C2 last season. New car for him this year. Completing the top five was Ryan Randall in the Green Machine. Rob Hindley makes it home in his Clio, and the rest of the runners, there's John Rook, the C final winner. And the result of that one, Dale Riches the winner by nearly 4 seconds ahead of Johnny Crisp. Carl Jarvis missing out by less than a second. Steve Gaunt in fourth place ahead of Ryan Randall, then Tony Crisp holding off Abby McGuinness, Rob Hindley, then John Rook, and finally Graham Cuthbert completing the 10 finishers. Time for the A final in the SG Haulage production category then. Double heat winner Dale Ford, the reigning category champion, on pole position. The other heat winner was Maciek Florczak in the maroon Peugeot 106 alongside him, the Polish driver. Completing the front row, the blue Peugeot of Rory Denning. It's the smallest cars, but a big entry of cars and very spectacular indeed. Great start from the outside the front row by Rory Denning in the blue Peugeot 106. He'll lead into Chessons Drift for the first time. 3 cars taking the Joker lap at the first time, asking, and Rory Denning's been spun out. Oh, what a shame after such a great start. They just got a shove in the back there going through Chessons Drift, and he's left facing the wrong way. So it is Dale Ford, the reigning production champion, who takes up the lead ahead of Maciek Florczak in the Peugeot 106. Looks like it is Harry Volkar, the ex-touring car racer, in third position. He's raced everything you can think of over the years. They head up towards North Bend for the first time. James Orton in there as well, making a return after a year out in his Peugeot 106. Cameron Whitley in the Ford Focus. But it's Dale Ford who leads the way. He came within a broken throttle cable of winning the overall championship last year. Lost out to Luke Constantine on points difference after his throttle broke at the start of the final in the last round at Knockhill. Hoping for a win today because Dale celebrating his birthday today. Maciek Florczak in second place. Harry Volkard in third. Raced everything from British touring cars to stocks carts over the years. James Orton in fourth place in his Peugeot 106. Then we've got the B final battlers. These are the two that qualified through, having finished first and second in the B final. Johnny Crisp in the Ford KA, Dale Riches in his Citroen C2. The rest of the order, Cameron Whitley is in there, Rory Denning recovering from his spin, also in there Tom Brooks, motorsport journalist and commentator in his Citroen C2, made his Rallycross debut in a Peugeot 106, as off goes Dale Riches at North Bend there, running out wide. There's Lee Keeler in the black Saxo number 31 as well, known as the rollover king in Rallycross, but keeping it on all 4 wheels today. But as I say that, he locks up there, he's going onto the tarmac circuit. Where's Lee Keeler going? Become known for a few incidents in his time, a great entertainer though, is Lee. Maciek Florczak in the second place car there. I believe that's the car that Tom Brooks made his Rallycross debut in here at Lyndon last year. Did that with a broken collarbone as well, having fallen off his motorbike a few weeks before the event. And off goes somebody else. That's Rory Denning, I think, in the dust cloud there. He's spun it going into Chessons Drift. That could be the end of his race. Still Dale Ford, the reigning category champion, who leads the way. A lorry driver by profession, works with Steve Gaunt, the championship or category sponsor. Round North Bend come some of the midfield runners, headed by Johnny Crisp in the KA. Retirement there, that's James Orton on the infield, the Peugeot 106 with a problem. Forward from Florczak, Harry Volkard in third. These three haven't taken their jokers yet. That's why they're so far out in front of the rest of the pack, headed up by, I think it's Johnny Crisp in fourth place in the KA. That's a good effort from the smaller capacity car. Leaders head through Devil's Elbow, still leading the way. It is Dale Ford, looking to celebrate his birthday with a victory. There's Tom Brooks chasing Dale Riches, the two Citroen C2s, behind Cameron Whitley, who's running well in the Ford Focus. Looks like he's now up into fourth place. Harry Volkard giving chase to Maciek Florczak for second. Here's the fight for fourth place. Johnny Crisp has dropped back behind them. Lee Keeler still going after his excursion at Paddock Bend a couple of laps ago in the Team Hard supported Saxo, the British touring car team that appeared in British GT, GT Cup and VW Cup, just about everything else you can think of Team Hard have raced in. Tony Gillam's Barmy Army, as some call them. There goes Dale Ford along Dover Slope for the penultimate time in the Steve Gaunt sponsored Saxo. Steve went out in the B final in his Clio. Maciek Florczak going well up there in second place in the Peugeot, but under threat from Harry Volkard here. He's up the inside there. Florczak a bit slow up. Has he got a problem there perhaps? Maybe he missed a gear, as it was a very sudden move there by Harry Volkard for second place. Florczak goes down to third. We'll keep an eye on the Peugeot 106. Has he got an issue? He's dropping back from Volkard now. Florczak in the maroon Peugeot 106. I'm fairly sure that is the car that Tom Brooks raced last season. Now the leaders take their jokers. They're all taking them together, so there won't be a change in the top three. And they're safely clear of Cameron Whitley in fourth place in the Focus. Through goes Dale Ford. He's heading for a birthday victory here at Lytton. We've lost Johnny Crisp there on the infield. He's out of the race in the Ford KA. Cameron Whitley under fire from Tom Brooks in his second Rallycross event. Having a look at the inside there into Devil's Elbow, the Tom Brooks media car. But it is going to be the reigning production champion, Dale Ford. What a birthday present this is going to be. Looking for the overall championship maybe this year as well. Lost out rather cruelly at Knockhill last season when his throttle cable broke on the start of the final, but he takes the win here at Lytton Hill. What a birthday present that is. Second place is going to go to Harry Volkard. Here's the battle for fourth. Cameron Whitley holding off Tom Brooks and Lee Keeler. Third is going to go to Maciek Florczak, despite the last couple of laps being a bit slow. Whitley fourth, Brooks fifth, Keeler sixth, as quickly as that. And the other finishers will be B-final winner Dale Riches. Rory Denning has rejoined, I can tell you, after spinning at Chessons Drift a couple of laps ago. We lost Johnny Crisp and James Orton. So the SG Haulage Limited Production Category A final goes to Dale Ford. Confirm the results in just a second. Well done to Dale. Could be a good bet for the overall Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship this year, I reckon. Taking the win in our A final by nearly 5.5 seconds ahead of Harry Volkard. Maciek Florczak dropping to third ahead of Cameron Whitley, who just held off Tom Brooks and Lee Keeler. Dale Riches the B final winner in seventh ahead of the recovered Rory Denning after his couple of incidents. And we lost Johnny Crisp and James Orton.
Dale, what a fantastic comeback for 2020. Everyone has been waiting for this round one. You won your class last year.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to try and do it again this year.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest this year, yeah, because I very, very nearly won the whole thing last year. If it wasn't down to the throttle cable breaking on the last race on the start line, then it might have been a different story. But yeah, this year, going for it this year.
There was quite a lot of action, as always, in the production category. So there was a bit of a tussle at the bottom corner there.
Yeah.
You didn't lead from the start. Did you just find a gap and work your way through?
Yeah, I didn't have the best of starts. I've had better starts all day today, really. But a couple of cars got tangled and I just got a clean through and then thankfully held it.
Well, you've had amazing pace all day, to be fair. We've watched you, and the gaps you've been pulling on people's been amazing. So you obviously had the pace for this track.
Yeah, it's gone brilliant today. Not a problem at all. So hopefully it carries on for the rest of the year.
We'll hope so too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Four joint leaders in the overall point standings after the opening round here at Lytton. Dale Ford, John Cross, Guy Corner and Tom Ovenden. Tristan Ovenden not registered for the full championship, so Guy Corner gets the maximum in Super Modified. That's it for round 1 at Lidden Hill then. Thanks very much indeed for watching. Join us soon for round 2 from Brighton Park up in Lincolnshire. But for now, it's goodbye.